Alright, another video. I'm making this one right after my May video. This one's for June. Alright, I haven't read everything yet that I got for June. I'll just show the ones I haven't done yet. The first one is Tokyo Ghoul. Haven't read it yet, but I heard a lot of good things about it. It sounds very interesting. Boy gets introduced to the ghost world, like another side of our world. So, yeah, I don't know. It sounded kind of interesting, so thought I'd pick it up and check it out. It's really popular right now, so, why not? Next is, alright, I heard a lot of good things about this manga, or at least for its genre, which is harems, and that is Nisekoi. Harems, I've said before, are kind of, I don't know, they all feel the same to me. It just plays out the same. That's why I like Monster Musume, because it's something different, it's monster girls. But I heard that this one was actually really good and well written, so I decided to pick it up. And it's really good. Well written, and I like it a lot. The only problem is that it kind of is playing out the same way most harems do, where I'm sitting there reading it and thinking, God, if you would just tell her, or if she would just tell him, this would be over already. There's other girls, but they don't really like him too much right now, but you can already tell that they're going to eventually. And a big problem is I actually really like these girls. I like the characters a lot. Usually in harems, I like one girl maybe, and then all the rest I'm just like, they're just in the way. But I really like all of them, which makes it kind of sad that this can't end well. Because what if he chooses one girl, I'm going to feel bad for the others. Or if it does the route of not having a conclusion and leaving it up in the air, that's probably even worse. I hate those kind of endings. So, yeah, I'm not really sure how I want it to end. I don't know which girl I want him to end up with. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait and see. But I really enjoyed this volume a lot when I got it. So I just went out right away and picked up more volumes. And I got volume 2 through 6 as well. I've read 2, 3, and 4. Still haven't read 5 and 6 yet. But I'm going to read them probably in the next few days. Like, I don't know, maybe even tonight. So, yeah, it shows how much I like it. I think there's 11 volumes released right now in the US and in Japan. I'm not really sure where it is in Japan, but yeah, so it's good. I really enjoy it. If you like harems, you probably already read it, but if you haven't read it yet, then go and read it if you like harems. It's really good. I just hope it ends well. Alright, next is one of my favorite series I just started within a year, and that is Assassination Classroom. I've said before what it's about, the students trying to kill their alien teacher. It's got such a ridiculous plot, but it's so good. It's a really enjoyable story. I guess an only downside so far for me is that not a lot of the students have been talked about or given any sort of backstory, only the main students really. I'm hoping over time, though, that it'll get into the others as well. Like Negima. Through the course of it, showed you all 20-something girls, and you really knew every single one really well. They did a great job of letting you get to know all of them by the end of it. So I hope this is kind of the same. Yeah, really good series, really funny. I enjoyed it a lot. I kind of wonder where it's going. This volume introduced some things in the story that are really interesting, and it's making me think, what is going on here? So, yeah. Alright, next is Toriko Volume 28. Solid shonen. I love the fighting. I love the food. It does such a great job showing food. This volume showed a lot of backstories for the mentors, the most powerful fighters in the world. It showed their story, and it was really interesting, and you got to learn more about the secret history of the food wars and all that stuff like that. So, really good volume. If you haven't gotten it yet, just know that it's really good. And yeah, just can't wait for the next volume. Good series. Next is another series I started just recently, and that is Ajin Demigod. Story about people who can't die. Basically, if they get killed, they just come back to life, and society doesn't like them or doesn't trust them. It's basically X-Men, just instead of mutant powers, it's just this one power. And it's not so simple as just coming back to life. Like, there's these little evil spirit guys that they also control. It hasn't gotten into too much detail, like what the hell these things are or how these people got these abilities. But so far, it's really good. Very well made, actually. I mean, the paper quality, like, really nice. Did a great job with it, so it makes up for the fact that it's kind of skinny. You know, great paper quality and everything. But yeah, really good. Can't wait for the next volume. Luckily, it's not too far apart, so I don't have trouble remembering what just happened. Next is another one that I started just within the year, and that's Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic. Great series. I love the premise of the whole, like, Aladdin story and Alibaba, the 40 Thieves, you know, all that stuff. Sinbad. Very great. Very original. At least I think it's all original. I can't think of another manga with this kind of premise. But very good story. The mangaka is... The author is a girl, which, you know, I always like it when I read a manga that's written by a girl. Because I end up actually really liking those series a lot. Like, I'm always like, this is a really great series. And I say, oh, it's by a girl. And I don't know, maybe I just like the way women write mangas because they do a great job at it. I don't know. Yeah, just fun fact, I guess. But yeah, great series, very interesting. I still love it on volume 12. Highly recommend it. And I know the manga in Japan is like a lot farther ahead, so there's a lot still to go to catch up. Sometimes I'm tempted to just read it online, but like I've said before, I try to avoid that unless I really just can't wait. Next is Fairy Tail Volume 48. Everyone knows Fairy Tail. It's not one of the big three, but I feel like it kind of is now. I feel like it's taking the place of Naruto since Naruto's done. Now I feel like it's all about Fairy Tail, Bleach, and One Piece. I really enjoy Fairy Tail a lot. Not as much as the other big threes, but I still enjoy it a lot, and I love that it gets released like once a month, though it seems like 48 is now like the catching up point. So the releases will probably be a lot longer now, which sucks. But whatever, you know, it's a fun manga. It's not the most well-written plot or well-written characters, but it's fun. That's basically why I read it. It's just fun. So yeah, Fairy Tail. Next is new Lone Wolf and Cub Volume 5. I've said before, haven't started reading it yet because I want to finish the original Lone Wolf and Cub first. But I should be starting this soon because the final volume for Lone Wolf and Cub is the next one to come out, which I think is next month. So yeah, I'll just start reading this right after. Hopefully it's as good as the original series, because the original series is really, really amazing. Very beautiful artwork and fun stories. It's just about every chapter is kind of a one-shot story. I mean, there's a main theme and a main plot, but it only gets talked about like every bunch of chapters. So, but that's okay because each little story is very interesting about this guy and his son traveling and being hired assassins. Though lately in the manga it's really just focusing on the main story, probably because there's only one volume left, so it's kind of at the end now. But yeah, great series. I'll let you know if this one's any good. I haven't read it yet, so I can't really recommend it. But hopefully it's great. It should be. It's by the same person. Next is Naruto, Volume 70. Only 2 more volumes, and then I have them all. I already finished the series online, but yeah, good series. Some people love Naruto, others like hardcore mangakas are like, the big three, blah. I only like manga that people don't really know about, you know, those kind of people. But I still think Naruto's great. You know, it's not like it's not one of my favorites, but I still like it a lot, and I would definitely recommend it. It's a great story, and now that all the volumes are pretty much out, I recommend getting them because when you read it online, you know, new chapter week to week or whatever, like it does feel a little dragged on, like, God, this has been going on forever. But as volumes, you know, you can just read the next one right away, so it doesn't feel as long. So, yeah, I definitely recommend Naruto, even though it's like 72 volumes, but it's still really good. Next is Deadman Wonderland Volume 9. I've also said before that I'm waiting for all of them to be released before I read it because there's only 13 volumes. It's not that long of a series, so I might as well just wait and then read it all at once. Because I've always heard great things about Deadman Wonderland. I've always wanted to read it, and I don't want to start it if I have to stop and wait for the next volume to come out and then kind of forget what was going on. So yeah, I'm gonna read all of them at once, and I'll let you know if it was any good or not, which it should be. I don't think it would have been as popular as it was if it was garbage. Though that's not always the case with anime, so yeah, I probably shouldn't say that. And then finally, I have Momo Gundam The Origin, Volume 10. And this is the exact same thing as Deadman Wonderland. I'm not going to start it until all of them come out. I think there's 12 or 13 volumes. I can't really remember for sure, but it's almost done. I know it's going to be done before the year's end. And I've always wanted to read the story of the original Mobile Suit Gundam story, and this is it in manga form with the same illustrator as the original anime, so it looks the same. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. I've said before, it's got a great release. It's hardcover. It has this weird texture to it that feels pretty cool, and there's colored pages inside, and the paper quality is the best you can get, so like really nice release. So even if I think the story's just okay, I'll still feel like it was a good purchase because it's just really nice to add to the collection. So yeah, Mobile Gundam. And that's it for June? Yeah, June. And yeah, this is actually the first time I've caught up in my videos without being behind, so I'll try to post these as soon as possible because I always have such a big gap within releases, and then it's just like, oh, I haven't posted a video in so long. So yeah, you should get these soon. Yeah, thanks for watching.